Covering Okeechobee County, 83 years ago today, one of the deadliest hurricanes in our nation's history hit our area. At least 2,500 people died, and many of them were buried at the Port Mayaca cemetery. News Channel 5's Ryan Calhoun is live there now, where dozens gathered to remember that day. Ryan?
Good afternoon, Tanya. About 1,600 people are buried in a mass burial just behind me over here, and many people came out to remember them today, about 50 of them, in fact, and they came to remember those who lost in that storm of 1928, and it was a special sight out here to see earlier today. Pahokee City leaders came out and talked about how important hurricanes are and how important it is to be prepared for them and how important it is to remember the history of that day to the people who did show up. And there was song as well as a poem read from 1928 that was published in the newspaper after the storm. That poem was called "Lord, Somebody Got Drowned," and it was very, very special because it took you back into the time of the storm and really made you feel like you were there when it happened. And one of the most special things to see today was to see the survivors. There were only 2 of them here, but both of them were 3 years old, and they still have some memories of that stories from back then. And they also got to take a look for the first time at something that they hadn't had out here before, and that is the Wall of Remembrance, which had pictures on it of the coverage from back then and the pictures of the devastation. And they really said that they really liked to see some of that because they hadn't remembered it in a long time, and they say that it's very important to remember this every single year and remember how deadly hurricanes can be.